All right, folks, welcome to the video. Anthony Special here with Hawkeye Traders. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Going to be walking you through a very simplistic trend line and then how volume and price reacts to it. I think it plays a really vital role, guys. I've been using trend lines my entire trading career. I heavily rely on them on a daily basis, and I see no reason not to use them, right? Now, the problem is most people don't know how to use a trend line properly, and that will cause you pain, all right? So let's talk about how to use a trend line properly, why we use trend lines, and then we'll kind of dive into the interaction between volume and price action when testing a trend line. So for me, a trend line ideally needs to have 3 touches, minimum, because without 3 touches, we're just essentially connecting 2 dots, all right? Now, listen, any 5-year-old can do that, and that's all fine and well. I'm not discounting the abilities of 5-year-olds, but we are dealing with the financial markets here. We are not dealing with 5-year-olds drawing and coloring books. So what I like to use when I draw a trend line is array. Why do I use array? Because it automatically extends. So I only need to look for a pivot low or a swing low, and then I need to kind of look to see where can I get 3 nice clean touches. Now, you can see I'm using this low. I'm touching the next candle, right? So that's 2 touches. Right here is number 3, and right there is number 4, okay? So we've established on a relatively short-term basis 4 really clean touches of a trend line. This trend line has now just become meaningful to me. Why? Because I'm very interested in what the relationship between volume and price action is in the future when it tests this trend line. So we're going to fast forward all the way over here, right? So this trend line really was established between the low of January 17th and the 4th touch was February 16th. So this trend line required basically a month's worth of price action to really say, hey, this trend line has now established itself to be meaningful. 4 occasions, this trend line's been touched, and on 4 occasions, price has rallied away from it, all right? So now let's fast forward, right, into April 16th. We're going to bump forward here a couple months, and let's look at this test of this trend line. Now, notice we come into this trend line very aggressively, all right? We pull back, heavy selling volume, ultra high selling volume dot right here, and we print a Hawkeye wide bar. Guys, this is into support. If the next candle does not follow through, there's a better than not chance that this right here is a selling volume climax, placing a sequentially higher low, and the chances of the price rallying are actually pretty strong. So you can see we came in to test the prior high. We corrected, went on to place again another higher low, and then we went on to push those prior highs. Not only did we push them, let's drop a horizontal ray here. You can see these highs became what? They became future support. Notice we broke it here, retest, just short of a test, and another test, right? So we just drew 2 lines on a daily chart of Bank of America. We were able to establish where future support was found based on understanding that volume climaxes are high probability reversals, right? We simply go back to the high, look here for the double top. We place a higher low on increased selling volume for the price to ultimately push through the double top, prove it to be support, retest, retest, retest. Guys, imagine having the easy understanding of being able to identify what high probability price action and volume interaction can allude to in your trading, right? Drawing one simplistic trend line with 4 touches went on to provide you what? right? The opportunity to buy the new low in the future before Bank of America went on to rally roughly a little over 16%. Guys, this is meaningful, right? Now, just having a simple understanding of, hey, once we break a double top, that should now be considered support. You know that as long as we don't close below these highs here, 38, 37, that there's still a chance that price could continue to push higher. All right? Now all you got to do is look for reasons to want to enter the market. But the reality was what was provided, the key area to enter was right here. Right? You have an established uptrend. You're making higher lows. You're making higher highs. You get a correction into support. Trend lines will provide you either ascending or descending support or resistance. You get a volume climax into that support. You get an immediate failure and reversal for the market to retest the high, place a higher low, and go on to breaking this short-term double top. Guys, to me, this is super meaningful. If you do not have a full understanding of volume and price action, it is imperative that you do. So what I'm going to do is invite you to click below this video. I'm going to set up a training webinar link. I invite you to click that, consume the content, take some notes, reach out to myself or my Hawkeye Concierge team with any questions you have. Let's get the indicators populating on your chart. Let's get you access to the Hawkeye Volume Mastery Series. This way you can start putting together very simplistic support and resistance, understanding how volume and price action interact with one another, so you could be executing low risk, high probability trades that I just showed you by utilizing two very simple lines and just looking for the interaction between volume and price action. So guys, head on below this video, click that link, check out the training webinar, reach out with any questions. Let's get the indicators populated. Let's get you access to the Hawkeye Volume Mastery Series. Let's get you trading with volume and price action, because at the end of the day, that's all that matters, right? You can keep everything else that's populating on your screen. All you need is volume and price action, right? It will not only simplify your trading, it will create a much more accurate approach to your trading. Guys, I'll see you in the next video. God bless. Make sure you click that link below, and I look forward to helping you along your